If you put on the face Ginny, whether you are as beautiful as a god or as ugly as cow dung, you will become a monster without a face and expression. When Claire heard that her mother let herself wear a genie, she said angrily, "Mom, are you a devil? I'm only in my 20s, you let me wear a genie? Why don't you let me be wrapped in a big cotton jacket and 2 cotton go pants to the hot spring?" Elaine said with a serious look, "Mom is afraid that you will be taken advantage of." "Charlie, this kid, your mom knows that he is a pervert in his bones, you must be careful." Charlie was furious. DMN, he knew that Junwei Gao's father Jianjun Gao made her count the ball that day, so why did he save her? What a DMN waste of food. Claire didn't pay attention to Elaine either. After dinner, she took Charlie back to the house. After returning to the house, she chose a swimsuit that was not so revealing and conservative, but that looked very casual and comfortable. As for Charlie, it's simple, a pair of boxer shorts is enough. The next morning, as soon as the two had packed their clothes, Elsa called again and said that she had driven downstairs. Going out is worth the money, Charlie has been hesitant in his heart. For Elsa, an enthusiastic and bold girl, he really didn't know how to deal with it. On the one hand, he didn't want to hurt Elsa, but on the other hand, he didn't want to be sorry for Claire. Therefore, now he is in complete dilemma. He was also worried about whether Elsa would take the opportunity to confess to him or make bolder moves when he went to the hot springs. However, since he had agreed to his wife, it was impossible to go back at this time, so he could only go out with her. After following Claire downstairs, he saw Elsa poking her head out of a Mercedes-Benz and saying, "Charlie, put your luggage in the trunk. You sit in the back seat and let Claire sit in the co-driver to chat with me." "Okay." Charlie nodded, put the luggage in the trunk, and then got into the back seat. After Charlie got in the car, Elsa turned her head and blinked at him shyly. Charlie pretended not to see it, stretched his waist and said, "Oh, I didn't sleep well last night. I was a little tired. I'll squint for a while." After speaking, he closed his eyes and nodded off in the back seat. Elsa was also a little bit lost in her heart. She knew the reason for Charlie's attitude, but she couldn't say anything when Claire was here. Moreover, she also expected that Charlie would be colder to her, but it didn't matter, since she had already liked him. She was also ready to fight a protracted battle with him. Because she knew that Claire's marriage with Charlie was in name only, so she didn't feel guilty at this time. Elsa drove the car to the outskirts. After more than an hour, the car drove into the foot of a beautiful mountain. After a few minutes, she reached the entrance of the Champs-Élysées hot spring. Champs-Élysées Spa is the only natural hot spring in Orus Hill. It is located at the foot of Nanxiang Mountain. There are a few natural geothermal hot springs. Shangri-La Group bought the hot springs and the entire mountain and developed the Champs-Élysées Spa Hotel. The Champs-Élysées Hot Spring Hotel has a very high compulsion and good consumption, so those who can come here to soak in the hot springs are rich people. However, even so, the availability of rooms here is in short supply. Not only the wealthy people in Orus Hill, but also the wealthy people in surrounding cities, will come all the way to enjoy the baptism of the hot springs on weekends. Today is the weekend, so the business here is exceptionally good. There are almost no vacancies in the parking lot. Elsa drove the car and ran back and forth in the parking lot several times, only to finally find an empty parking space. So she was happy, looked around, and immediately drove towards the empty space. When she arrived in front of the parking space, Elsa gave a direction and was about to reverse and park. And when she was a few meters away from the parking space at the back of her car, suddenly a Maserati sports car rushed over. Maserati's speed was very fast, and when she turned around, she was about to rush into the parking space where Elsa was about to stop. Elsa was startled, her hands were so messed up, she didn't react, she forgot to step on the brakes, so her car continued to fall backward. Hearing only the harsh noise, the side of the other party's car had already been scratched by Elsa's rear. Elsa came back to her senses and hurriedly stopped the car. She couldn't help but frown and complained, "Where can there be such a parking space? The quality is too bad, right? The basic rules of first come, first served parking spaces can't be done. Understand? At this time, in the Maserati sports car, a young man wearing an exaggerated leather jacket and combing his greasy hair came out. After the young man got out of the car, he glanced at the scratches on the side of the car, his face suddenly gloomy. He gritted his teeth, walked to Elsa's car, slapped the window hard, and cursed, "FCK, stupid, UFC king blind? Can't see that I was going to park in this space?" He also shaved the new car he bought, and quickly get him off.